He was only 20 years old when he became king. By 30, he ruled the largest empire the world had ever seen. He marched farther than any army before him. He faced impossible odds, and somehow he never lost a battle. But who was Alexander the Great, really? A genius? A conqueror? A visionary? Or a man chasing immortality, destined to burn out like a falling star? Tonight, we journey into the life of the king who believed he was a god and changed history forever. In the 4th century BCE, the world was divided. The Persian Empire ruled the East, wealthy, powerful, and ancient. Greek city-states in the West were brilliant, but divided, constantly fighting each other. No one imagined a small kingdom in northern Greece, Macedon, would soon conquer them all. And at the center of this coming storm was a boy named Alexander. Alexander was born in 356 BCE, in Pella, the capital of Macedon. His father, King Philip II, was a ruthless military reformer. His mother, Olympias, was mysterious, ambitious, and obsessed with destiny. She told young Alexander that he was descended from Achilles and Hercules. She whispered that Zeus himself was his true father. Imagine growing up believing you were destined for greatness, that you were born to rule the world. Alexander's tutor was Aristotle, one of history's greatest philosophers. He taught him science, literature, philosophy, politics, and ethics. Alexander loved Homer's Iliad. He slept with a copy under his pillow and carried it into battle. He didn't just want to conquer land. He wanted to become a legend like Achilles. In 336 BCE, King Philip II was assassinated during a royal celebration. Chaos erupted. Enemies thought Macedon would collapse, but Alexander, only 20 years old, acted fast. He crushed rebellions, executed rivals, and secured the throne. Then he did something unthinkable. He decided to invade Persia, the greatest empire on earth. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed the Hellespont with just 40,000 men. The Persian Empire had millions of soldiers and unlimited wealth, yet Alexander believed in speed, discipline, and shock tactics. His cavalry charged directly into Persian forces. Hail Mosted. But his army won a stunning victory. This was only the beginning. In 333 BCE, Alexander faced King Darius III himself. The Persian army was massive. Alexander's was outnumbered, at least 2-1, but Alexander attacked the center, targeting Darius directly. Darius panicked and fled. The Persian king abandoned his own family on the battlefield. Tyre was a powerful island city, surrounded by walls and protected by the sea. They refused to surrender. Alexander did the impossible. He built a massive causeway across the ocean stone by stone while under attack. After 7 months, Tyre fell. It was a warning to the world. Alexander would stop at nothing. In Egypt, Alexander was welcomed as a liberator. He founded a city called Alexandria destined to become a center of knowledge. He visited the oracle of Siwa, who proclaimed him the son of Zeus. From that moment, Alexander truly believed he was divine. In 331 BCE, Alexander faced Darius again at Persia had war elephants, chariots, and an army several times larger. Many thought Alexander would finally be defeated. Instead, he launched a daring cavalry charge through the Persian center. Darius fled again. Darius fled again. Alexander was now the ruler of Asia. Alexander entered Persepolis, the Persian capital, filled with unimaginable wealth. One night, the palace was burned. Some say it was revenge for Persian wars against Greece. Others say Alexander was drunk and regretted it later. It was a moment that showed his growing unpredictability. Most kings would stop. Alexander did not. He marched into Central Asia, Afghanistan, and India. His soldiers crossed deserts, mountains, and jungles. They fought guerrilla wars and rebel armies. Alexander married Roxana, a local princess, to unite cultures. He encouraged his men to marry local women, blending East and West. He wasn't just building an empire. He was trying to create a new world civilization. In India, Alexander faced King Porus, who used war elephants. The battle was brutal, but Alexander adapted, using tactics to outmaneuver the elephants. He won but respected Porus and made him an ally. This showed Alexander's rare leadership trait. He honored strong enemies. After years of marching, Alexander wanted to go farther toward the unknown east, but his soldiers refused. They were exhausted, traumatized, and homesick. For the first time, Alexander could not force them to turn it back. The journey back was deadly. Thousands died crossing the Gedrosian desert. Alexander lost men, friends, and possibly his sanity. He began to drink heavily. He became more paranoid and ruthless. Even his closest companions feared him. In 323 BCE, at just 32 years old, Alexander fell ill in Babylon. He died after days of fever and pain. Some say malaria, some say poisoning. No one knows for sure. When asked who should inherit his empire, he replied, "To the strongest." His empire shattered into wars among his generals. Alexander never lost a battle. He spread Greek culture across Asia. He founded cities, encouraged learning, and connected civilizations. His empire created the Hellenistic world, influencing Rome, science, philosophy, and religion. Even centuries later, generals studied his tactics. Leaders admired his vision. Historians debated his madness. Alexander once said, "There is nothing impossible to him who will try." He tried and conquered the world, but in the end, he could not conquer time, death, or himself. He was a king who never lost a battle. Yet he lost the war against mortality. And perhaps that is what makes Alexander the Great eternal. Because legends do not die. They live forever in history, in memory, and in the stories we tell.